Before your eyes, before too long, there will arise in word and song some actors who, with skill and ease, will perform for you and surely please. And if you have the ears to hear, from our tale there may appear a lesson, maybe two or three, a parable for you and me. If the lessons heard, do be strong and make the trip. It won't take long until you surely stand upon the happy land beyond the sun.
As another day was coming to an end, the travellers were getting tired and found a lovely garden by the side of the road which beckoned them to come and relax. It had a beautiful lawn and flower beds and benches. It even had a tank of water with a tap they could use. After drinking some fresh water and splashing their faces, washing their hands, some of the group sat on the benches, others lay on the grass. Suddenly, "Hey, what do you think you're doing?" "Yes, how dare you!" The group turned to look at the voices and were shocked to be looking at one person who had two heads. Sorry, what do you mean?" "What do I mean? You're deliberately trespassing in our garden and trying to use the facilities without paying for them." "What? How are we supposed to know that?" "Oh, so now I suppose you're pretending that you haven't read the signs, are you?" "What signs?" "What signs?" she says. "Only the signs on everything in our garden." "I don't see any signs." "Well, look on the back of every bench, on the side of the water tank, on the edge of every garden bed. Even the flowers spell out a message." Sure enough, the travellers looked, and there were small metal signs saying, "Private property, do not touch," on the back of every bench, on the rear of the water tank, and on the sides of the little brick edges of the garden beds. And then they looked at the flowers. Oh, yes, I see it now. See how the flowers are planted into the shape of letters? It says, "Do not look at these flowers." Yes, all right, hurry up. You've broken the rules. You've used our property without our permission, so you have to pay the fee. But the signs were all hidden. Liar! You're a liar! You all saw the signs but decided to ignore them. What horrible, selfish people you are. Hey, look here. How much is the fee? And I'll just pay it and we'll get out of here. The fee is 100 coupars. 100? That's ridiculous. 100? Okay, What? That's too much. Well, that's the fee. And if you don't pay the fee, we let our little doggy friends out to teach you a lesson. The two-headed creature pointed behind itself, and the group could see a large wooden shed in the trees that none of them had noticed before. Suddenly, some terrible growling, howling and barking started up from inside the shed. Mr. Grouch immediately pulled a bag of jingling coins out from somewhere in his coat. "Here, I'll pay you the 100, just take it." Mr. Grouch handed over a number of gold coins to the creature. "Pleasure to do business with you, you fools." "Who are you anyway?" "I am hate." "And I am anger. Who are you?" "Who cares? I don't care. All this talk is driving me crazy." It gets upset easily. "What? Were you talking about us behind our back? If there's one thing that really makes us mad, it's people talking behind our back. Ah!" "Sorry." Don't apologise. We can't stand people apologising. By the way, can you suggest somewhere we could stay for the night?" "You have to be kidding me." "What? You're travelling here and you don't know where to stay? That is infuriating." "Well, can you?" "What?" "Suggest a place for us, of course." Oh, if it means you'll leave us alone, just open your eyes for once and look over there. A castle. No, it's an apple.
Of course it's a castle!
There's no need to be so nasty. What did you say? I said,
What did you say?
I said,
What did you say?
I
don't care what you said.
Whose castle is that?
Someone who knows how to look after people like you.
Is it a good place to stay?
Oh, what a stupid question. People regularly go there for one night and stay for 10 or more. It's dry, there's food, there's beds, it's cheap. What more could a ragtag group of people like you want? They probably don't know a good deal when they see one. Now, are you going to get out of our garden?
I don't think we should trust this creature.
How dare you? Yeah, maybe we will let our dogs out after all.
Oh, all right, that's not... Look, let's just go, everyone. Follow me. The group found a path that led from the garden to the castle. It was not a huge castle, but it was built from dark stone and had high walls, a moat, and a drawbridge. The whole place felt gloomy even though it was a sunny day. A guard in dark clothes stepped out in front of them as they crossed the bridge and approached the huge entrance. He looked at them suspiciously.
Who goes there?
Travellers seeking a place to stay overnight, said Mr. Grouch. Anger and hate sent us. The guard smirked to himself and stepped out of the way.
That door's straight across the courtyard.
They walked hesitantly across the cobblestone courtyard.
This place smells bad. I know, it stinks. It's like a dead animal somewhere.
Finally, they arrived at another big door, this one covered by iron plates, and James pushed it open, and they went in.
Is that you, Anger? Hate?
No, it's some travellers. Anger and hate sent us here.
Open the door.
It's a giant.
Visitors. I love visitors. Anger and hate lead many visitors to my door, and all of you I recognize.
Who are you? What's your name?
I am Fear.
Ah, the door shut. This place gives me the creeps. Anger and hate have led us to fear?
They always do.
Who's that crying?
That is one of my other guests. How I love to hear that sound.
Why are they making that sound?
Well, they came to stay for one night, but I insisted they stay much longer.
You can't force people to stay here. You should let them go.
Oh, it's very hard for anyone to leave here. Anger and hate see to that. Very hard indeed. As long as they are full of anger and hate, they stay in my castle. The castle of fear.
You are horrible. Let us out of here now.
Let us out. Hey, let us go out.
How lovely. I can feel your anger and hate rising in each of you. Yes, because all of you know anger and hate so well from your own town. It's a habit in you, isn't it? You know me too. You all know fear.
No, I don't. I don't know you.
Oh, yes, you do.
What's the matter, boy? Don't you like me so? James, you are someone who I know. We are true old friends, you and I. just love to rule by being so cruel to really try to make others cry. Yes, I do. Yes, you've been cruel in what you do, and so have you, and you, and you. What you all said, what you all did, it was my inspiration, kids. Teasing your brothers, unkind to others, scaring little kids, and throwing rocks at birds and dogs. I just love to rule by being so but to really try to make others cry. That's what I like. And you do too.
Now, take them away.
Suddenly, a huge door flew open, and 5 or 6 large men in black clothes ran in and grabbed each of the members of the group.
Help! 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 Anyone?
They dragged them away from the giant's throne room and down deep into the castle's dark dungeon. Everyone in the group was put in a dark cell by themselves, which only made them more full of anger and hate and fear. Sadly, they stayed there many days, unable to see each other and unable to talk to each other, eating a horrible, tasteless soup for all their meals, having to use a toilet in the corner of their cells, and sleeping on the hard wooden floors. But one day, Hannah started to let her anger and hate for the giant go, and instead started to worry about her friends. She decided to ask for help. Dear God, I know I deserve to be here for all the nasty things I've done, all the anger and hate I've shown in Tempest, and all the ways I've made other kids feel afraid. But please, help the others. Please get them all out of this castle somehow. Amen. Suddenly, a dim light appeared outside in the hall through the tiny window in her door and started to glow brighter and brighter.
Does not know, but we come right into his house every night and free some prisoners. Come with us. Listen to our voices, to the voices of grace and compassion. We're here to help you through. You never are abandoned. Listen to our voices, to the voices of grace and compassion. There's always hope, you know, so don't give up believing. You are free.
Somehow, the door to the cell of each person in the group opened by itself. Grace and compassion led them all past many other cells, and they heard many sad and angry prisoners yelling in frustration and desperation. They were led out through another door that opened all by itself and found themselves back right next to the narrow way. Now, everyone, Compassion and I came because one person in your group asked for help, not for herself, but for all of you. Hannah. Everyone looked at Hannah, who smiled back at each of them. Thank you, Hannah. Grace and I must return to the castle now and see if anyone else is ready to be rescued tonight. Hopefully there are others who have let all the anger and hate in their hearts go. Sadly, some people never let it go. Remember this. Listen for our voices in your travels. Listen for the voices of grace and compassion. Farewell, farewell. Compassion and grace had led the group out of the castle of fear through the secret pathways of patience and forgiveness, and they had completely avoided anger and hate. In their hearts, each traveller made a silent decision never to do anything cruel or hateful ever again. They fell asleep very quickly under a large tree right next to the narrow way. They were all just too tired to worry about what might happen the next day.